Hi everyone. In this video, we are going to solve a new problem. The problem name is string compression and the problem number is 443. Alright, so first of all, we are going to clearly understand what this problem says. After that, we are going to move to the logic part, and after that, we are going to implement our logic in C++, Java, and Python programming language. Alright, so now let's see what this problem says. Given an array of characters, chars, compress it using the following algorithm. So we are given with the chars array and we have to compress it, right? Okay. Begin with an empty string s for each group of consecutive repeating characters in chars. So now guys, we have initially how it says how we have to compress it. It says that first of all we have empty string, fine. We don't have anything there, or we can say string as. After that it says that we have to, we can say, let me take the example, this example one. Here you can see that we are given the char arrays and assuming that s has nothing but empty right now. Okay, fine. If group length is 1, then append character to s. So here if we have this, here you can see that consecutive characters are coming 2 times, right? But if it comes 1 time, then what we have to do? We have to append only the character, not the number. Alright. So we are going to append a only in our s if the character coming only 1 time consecutive. But if it is coming more than 1 time, you can see otherwise append the character followed by the group length. Then we have to append the length as well. So let's, here you can see a is coming 2 times, means more than 1 time. So we are going to append a, after that 2. I hope this makes sense. The compressed string s should not be written separately, but instead be stored in the input character arrays chars. Note that the group lengths that are 10 or longer will be split into multiple characters in char. So now guys, here it says that first of all we don't need to return any characters array, resultant array, whatever we are making. We have to make the changes in this char array only. And the second thing guys, it says that if any character coming consecutively more than 10 times, so we don't need to append this 10. We need to append by splitting into 1 and 0. If coming 15 times, then 1 different, 5 different, right? I hope this makes sense. We don't need, we can't write more than we can say if, number of consecutive counts are more than 9, then we have to split into single digit. Okay. Now it says that after you done modifying the input array, return the new length of an array. We have to return the length, right? So we don't need to return any resultant array, but we need to return the length till where we can say our data is present, or we can say after modifying the character arrays till where we have a data, right? Fine. You must write an algorithm that use only constant extra space. So we can't use that particular algorithm where we are taking a space big of n, big of log n. We need to take big of one space, right? So this was the problem. I hope you understood this. If you still have any kind of doubt, let understand this example one, and then definitely you will have a better idea, right? So this, you can see that guys in example one, what we have this char array, right? So here you can see a coming 2 times, right? More than 1 time. So our char array will gonna look like a, and we can say 2, right? Fine. After that, B coming also 2 times, so B comma 2. Fine. C coming 3 times, so C comma 3. So I hope this makes sense. You can see in output as well, we have nothing but A, 2, B, 2, C, 3, right? And we are not going to return these things. We are just returning 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we are going to return nothing but 6, right? The length of our resultant array. I hope this makes sense. Now, guys, the second example, you can see that we have nothing but chars A, and there's only one character. So if you can see, you have already seen that if any character coming only 1 time consecutively, then what we are going to do? We are going to only append the character. All right. So we are going to append A, and A here we can see this resultant array has only one length. So we are going to return nothing but 1. I hope this makes sense. Now, guys, that example 30, you can see that A coming 1 time. So we are going to append only A. We are not going to append any number because it's coming only 1 time. Then you can see B coming 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 12 times. So we are going to append B, then not 12. We are not going to append this 12. We are going to append by splitting it. So we are going to say 1 different, then 2 different. So this is nothing but 4 length array. And you can see in the answer that written 4, they have written 4, right? And output also A, B, 1, 2. I hope now guys you understood this particular problem. If you still have any kind of doubt, now you can write in the comment section. Definitely, I'm always there to help you, right? Now, guys, let's see the logic part. How we can solve this particular problem. So, what should be the logic? I don't think that here we are going to use any particular algorithm, but yeah, here we are going to use just like a two-pointer approach. We can say that also in the related topic you can find that. So, how this we can say two-pointer approach going to help in this particular problem? Let's see that. So, let's write a logic. Let me take the first example only. So, first example nothing but A, B, B, and C, C, C. All right. So we have this particular array. Now, guys, what we are going to do? We are going to say if we can't take a new space, then just try to modify in this particular array only, right? So I'm going to say my index is going to be nothing but 0, right? I'm going to start from here only. Fine. So I'm going to save the first character. I have nothing but array. So I can say I have already stored first character, that is A. And see, guys, I'm going to dry run here, right? So focus here, it is going to be very important part. After that, just implementation part will be left. So if you understood this particular part, logic part, then definitely this question is going to be very easy for you, right? So current nothing but a, right? And after that, I'm going to say my count, which is also now a. I'm standing at first position, right? So here you can see I have one character, fine. And I can say I'm going to now traverse whole this particular array, rest of the array, fine. So I can say I'm going to traverse my 4 I 1 2 till the length of array n, and I'm going to increment it by one, or you can do it. We can. I will tell you why I'm using n plus one, and you can do also the another method. But wait, I will tell you why I'm using here n plus one. Right? Fine. So here, what I'm going to do, I'm going to say traverse whole arrays after this one index because I have taken this particular one, and my current was a and the count was one. Right? Now, guys, what I'm going to do, I'm going to say in this particular index, whenever my I now it is in starting, the I will be here. Right? All right, so I will be here, and you have to check if current, I can say current is equal to my this, let's give it a name chars. So they have given chars, so chars, this is nothing but chars array. If it is equal to chars of I, that means it is the same character. That means we can say this is a consecutive character, right? So if it is same characters, then what we can say, we can say count plus equal to one. Just increment the count, do nothing, right? So still we are counting it, right? But if it's not the same, then means this is a different character. Let's say this is now we move to the second I is equal to 2, and now you can see b is not same the last one. We can say current one, current was a, right? So if it is not the same, then what we have to do, we have to append this thing into a result, right? Or we can say we have to modify our cat array. Now how we can modify it? So we can say, guys, you have seen that I have made the index 0, right? So I'm going to say cats of 0, not cats of 0, cats of idx. And why it's not going to give an error? Because always this is going to be the last one where we don't need to see the again the part. Here if I modify the 0 index, then there's nothing going to happen for my future iteration, right? Because I'm here and I have to iterate till this particular part. So I can modify the last previous we can say indexes. They is not going to affect my next indexes, right? So now I'm going to we can say modifying this particular index 0 index, and I'm going to say cats of idx is nothing, it should be equal to the current, right? So now let me tell you how it's gonna look like. So guys, let me make it let me do it little here. So guys, here it's gonna look like a, and now I have done this a part. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna say nothing but if count. Now I'm going to check it the count part, right? If count is greater than 1, they have told that if count is equal to 1, then you don't need to open any we can say the count length. But if it is greater than 1, then you have to open also then how many times that particular character has come consecutively, right? So if count is greater than 1, then what you have to do, you have to traverse of that particular count. Means if it is 12, then you have to write 1 2. If it is 15, you have to write 1 5. If it is 6, you have to write just simply 6. And that thing you have to append it, right? So we are going to do that in this particular if condition. And here what I'm going to do, I'm going to do nothing but a comma 2. I'm going to append 2, right? Okay. And after that, guys, one thing I'm going to do, just that is nothing but changes in our current. So once this is done in else part, what I'm going to do, I'm going to say current is should be equal to now cats of I. Okay, and count is should be equal to 1. So that's the only part we are going to do. And once we are done this thing, we are going to solve this particular problem. And there is one base condition that I have done n plus 1. That is because if I will be at the end of the index, so here, guys, you can see it keep we can say consecutive, right? So here we have c c c, so it will come in this particular condition and it will move ahead. And there you will say that the list is has been over, right? So we haven't take the c data. So if I is equal to n, the list means if I is equal to n, means we have come out from the loop. Then what we are going to do, we are going to check we are going to append the last particular current character and the length of that particular character, nothing else, right? So this was the logic part. I hope now you understood this. If you still have any kind of doubt, don't worry. By the implementation part, you will gonna clearly have an idea how this particular algorithm, or we can say two-point approach, is gonna work. Where I can't see as well whether this is two-pointer or not, because here just we are maintaining IDX and this I. So it seems like a two-point approach. So let's move to the implementation part and see how we can solve this particular problem. And first of all, we are going to solve with Python, then C++, then Java, right? So now let's move to the Python. So here, guys, I'm with Python, and let me take it size 125. Fine. So guys, first of all, what we are going to do, I have told you that first of all we are going to say IDX, which is going to be 0. Second thing, we are going to use a current, which is going to be chars of 0. And third thing which we are going to do is nothing but count, which is nothing but 1. So we are going to traverse for I range of 1 to n plus 1. And what is n? N should be the length. So let me write here length of chars. Fine. So once we are done this thing, what we are going to do, we are going to check the base condition if I is equal to n. I have told you if I is equal to n, that means we have completely traversed our array. If we have complete traversed our array, then what we are going to do? We are going to append the last particular current character into our result. So we are going to say chars of I dx should be equal to the last particular character, that is current. And if count is greater than one of that particular character, then we have to traverse for j in spr of count. And here guys, we are going to say chars of I dx should be equal to this particular j. And every time I have to increment this index as well, right? So here in the hub as well. Fine. So once we are done this particular thing, what we are gonna do? We are gonna break it, right? Because if we have come out from the loop, right? So we have breaking it, and let me write here break. Fine. So once we are done these things, now we are gonna do one more thing. That is nothing but if we are gonna make check the condition if current is equal to chars of I. That means this is same character, consecutive character. So we are gonna say count plus equal to 1, right? But if it is not the case, else, then we are going to do something. We are going to say first of all chars of idx should be equal to let me write a count current, and here I can say count, check count. If first of all let me increment the index, so index plus equal to 1. If count is greater than 1, then you can say for j in string of count, you can say chars of idx is equal to j, right? And we can increment the index as well. Fine. Once this is done, we are gonna now updating our current as well as index. So we can say current is gonna be nothing but equal to, I can say, let me write a current is equal to whatever what it could be chars of I, right? And count is should be equal to 1. So once this is done, that means we have completed our for loop. And once we completed our for loop, that means we have solved this particular problem. So return the idx. Idx is the length of our resultant array. So let's run this code. And I believe I haven't done something wrong. So you can see that all the tests are passed. So let's try to submit this code. And here we go, guys. It's successfully accepted. I believe, guys, you understood the logic part as well as the implementation part of Python. Now let's move to the C++ programming language and see how we can solve there. Fine. I'm gonna say nothing but first of all int idx, which is 0, then int current. Sorry, let me write a char, and this should be current, which is gonna be nothing but chars of 0. And after that we are going to say nothing but int count, that is going to be nothing but 1. Then int length, and that is going to be nothing but chars dot size. I hope this makes sense, right? So we are going to traverse now for int I1 I less than n plus 1 and I plus plus. And the base condition, if I is equal to n, then what we can say, we can say first of all your chars of that particular idx should be equal to, I can say, current, right? Fine. And once this is done, we are going to check the length as well, count. If count is greater than 1, that means we have to append in our result. So what we can say, first of all convert it into a string. So string, we are going to use it, let me write a string s is going to be nothing but to string, and here we are going to pass nothing but count, right? Now we have done this into a string, so we are going to traverse over there for int I is equal to 0, I less than s dot length, right? And I plus plus. Once we are done these things, we are going to do nothing but we are going to say chars of idx plus 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 is equal to s of, now we can say s of I, right? And once this is done, we are going to come out from this loop and we are going to break it, right? So that's the base condition is done. And now guys, we are going to say if our current is equal to chars of I is equal to chars of I, that means count plus equal to 1. So I can say count plus equal to 1. Fine. If it is not the case, then what we can say, we can say first of all chars of I dx plus plus should be equal to current. And if count is greater than 1, then again do the same part. So let me just copy this particular thing. Fine. Okay. Once this is done, let me make it fine. So once this part is done, what we are going to do then we are going to say update our count as well as the current, right? So current is going to be nothing but chars of idx I, and count is nothing but going to be 1. I hope this makes sense. So once this is done also, that we are going to return the length of the our resultant array. So we are going to say return length. So let me write here return idx, which is nothing but the length of our resultant array. So let's see whether we are having any error or not. You can see that all the test cases are passed. So let's try to submit this code as well. If you're still having any kind of doubt in between, you may ask in the comment section as well. So here guys, this code also accepted. Now let's move to the last programming language, that is nothing but Java, right? So same in Java also we are going to do nothing but in first of all idx. Let me write here idx which is 0. Then I'm going to say chars, which is going to be current, which is going to be chars of 0. So char, here I have to write chars current chars of 0. Then after that, what I'm going to do, I'm going to say count, which is going to be nothing but 1. Then I'm going to say let me write here length, which is going to be chars dot, I can say length, right? Fine. Once we are done these particular things, we are going to use a loop for int I is equal to 1, I less than n plus 1, I plus plus. Fine. And here I'm going to say if I is equal to n, that means base condition, you have to say result of, not result, chars of idx plus plus should be equal to current. And if count is greater than 1, then you have to convert into a string first of all. So we are going to say nothing but string data is going to be nothing but we can say integer dot, let me write integer dot to string, and here we can pass our count, and we can traverse over this for in, for let me write here char directly for ch in data dot to char array. Fine. If ch is equal to now here what we are going to do, we are going to say nothing but chars of idx plus equal to is going to be nothing but ch. Fine. Once we are done this particular part, then what we are going to do, we are going to break it, right? Because this is the base condition, right? Once we are done this particular part, we are going to say if current is equal to chars of idx, then what we can say, not idx char of I, then we can say this is a consecutive part of our character, so we can say count plus equal to 1. But if it's not the case, then means we have to say current is equal to chars of I. Fine. Once we are done this thing, wait, we have to do first of all update our chars. So let me say chars of idx plus plus should be equal to current, and I can say let me write here current, and here I can repeat this particular part, right? Isn't it? So I'm doing the same thing again and again. I can write in one condition as well. Now I realize, right? So because these are the same thing which we are doing repeatedly, right? So this is just a wastage of, we can say, code. But all right. So now I realize it. We can do in one line, right? Fine. So once we are done this particular thing, after that we are going to say current. We are going to update our current. So current is going to be chars of I. Then we can say count, which is going to be nothing but 1, right? So once we are done this thing, we are going to return our index. So return idx. Now let me find whether we have done any mistake in this code or not. So it seems fine, right? Let's try to run this code. You can see all the test cases are passed. So let me try to submit this code. And here we go, guys. So you can see that we have done the implementation part in Python, C++, and Java programming language. If we have any kind of doubt, we can write in the comment section. If you learn something new in this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe my channel. Meet you in the next video.